So guys, ngayon, ikakabit na natin yung headers na binigay sa atin na kay Zard. Nung binili natin to, actually, meron siyang kasamang gasket na dito siya nakalagay. Yung kabilang side naman kasi meron siyang copper gasket sa loob. So, yun pa rin ang gagamitin natin. So, before natin ikabit yung headers sa engine, ang gagawin natin muna is parang paano natin tinanggal yung oxygen sensor noon, ganoon din natin siya ibabalik. So, we're going to get oxygen sensor, then we're going to turn the headers para we do not snag yung wire ng oxygen sensor, so we don't have any problems. Ayan, twist the headers. So it's finger tight na. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the gasket in the header and we're going to reuse the old clamp. So we're going to put it there. Now we just have to So yan. Now that we have the header in, we're going to put the lock niya. Now yung lock ni Triumph is very unique. This side is where you're going to put the oxygen sensor. Pero pag tinignan mo siya, they parang interlock with each other. So yung design niya is this one and this one is out. This one is the inner, this one is the outer. While sa other side, this one is the inner, this one is the outer. So when you put them together, you have to input them, magkasabay dapat silang kinakabit in order to lock. So before we do that, what we're going to do first is we're going to tighten the oxygen sensor while we still have access here. So just snap. That should do it. Now what we're going to do, so we're going to put the locks back on. So this one is the inner, this one is the outer, and then okay. So the trick is, I think the trick is to put the locks in. So you have to put them all together before you insert them to the engine, para you won't have a hard time fiddling with it. Then we just put in the nuts that hold it into place. So you get your 10mm again, and we're going to tighten the clamp, but this time I'm going to change the orientation of it so it's easier to access this way. I'm using a ratchet wrench to make things a lot faster. We're not going to tighten it up all the way, we just want it to be snug, but we want to keep everything a bit loose. So when we put the entire exhaust together, we want it to be complete before we tighten everything back. So this is about to start. So what we're going to do is we're going to install the mufflers themselves. So unfortunately, Zard did not provide clamps for this for the mufflers and the silicone to seal the exhaust. So what we're going to do is we have our own. So we're going to put our own silicone to make sure that it doesn't leak, and we bought some new clamps to be able to fix the muffler in position so that hopefully it doesn't leak. We're going to put this. Okay, so we're going to just use a little silicone gasket maker to seal off yung exhaust para hindi tayo magkasingaw dito. Alright, so and we have our silicone pipe. So now what we do, let me just remove this. So yeah, we have our silicone in place. Now we just have to insert the pipe. One, and we're going to use the stock bushings from the stock pipe to support the muffler, because I think we're supposed to use this one because there wasn't any other support provided. So that holds the top. And this one is for the bottom. Using this now. So now that we've tightened the bolts on the back, we just have to tighten the ones at the front, and we can start putting on the covers back. And for the header bolts, I wasn't able to find in the tutorial that the booklet gave me. I wasn't able to find the torque figure, so I had to look for it around. And I found that you need, I think, around 19 or 20 Newton meters for the header bolts. So we have our torque wrench. We're going to torque it down to 20 Newton meters. So we've torqued it down. Let's finish off by tightening this clamp. Then before we close everything, our oily fingers have touched the header. So what we want to do is we want to get some brake cleaner and we want to get some brake cleaner and just clean the exhaust before we put on the covers back. And just look at all the dirt that we picked up from cleaning. So it's a crucial step if you want to make the most out of the look of your exhaust. Alright, so now all that's left is to put back the covers. And before we put all of that, we're going to put a little bit of Loctite on all of those Allen bolts because they have a tendency to come off when you're because of the vibration of the engine. Just look at that, with a full system exhaust by Zard. Just look at the end tips, grabe, sobrang pogi. See? Zard. Now that we've installed the pipe, we have to have a sound check of that. So of course we're going to turn it on. Let's see how it sounds. Sounds good. Pero, as you can see, we still have the silencers installed. So I think the owner wants to get rid of these to even make the sound even more loud. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to remove the silencers with a pair of circlip pliers. So ayan guys, itong sa taas, tatanggalan natin yung silencer. Naka-spot dyan naka-circuit na, naka-spot pa. So yung sa ilalim. So tatanggalin natin yung spot weld gamit barena para matanggalan natin yung silencer para buong-buo yung tunog nitong Zard exhaust na to. Hindi nyo makalimutan si Toto ulit hindi si Edward Yun. Right? So ayan guys, nakakabit na ang ating Zard exhaust dito sa ating Triumph Scrambler XE. I hope you enjoyed the video, and sabi ko sana sa susunod mas marami tayong may upload na videos for you guys. Kung marami tayong makuha projects, I will try as best as I can na mag-pull out ng more videos para mapanood nyo ulit guys. So that's all for now. Thank you and goodbye!